Hello guys, hello. I hope you are doing well. So today I want to talk about a very interesting topic because for those who don't know, a lot of students in Russia get dismissed after the language course, after their first year in Russia. A lot of students get dismissed from the university. And the question is why? Why are some students getting dismissed from the university? First of all, I'm going to talk about the system here in Russia for concerning the language course, the system, how does the language course works. So when you come to Russia, the first year is you do the language course. As most people know, you do the language course. You learn the Russian language first. Then after that, you go to the university. Now, when you learn the Russian language, at the end of the year, when you pass, you get what we call your certificate, your diploma. I will call it the diploma. You get that diploma that allows you to apply at the university. That's when you pass. Now there's other ways. There are other ways. If you fail, for example, but let's first of all start. What do you need to pass? To pass, everything depends on the university. Some universities they have the Russian language. They have many subjects. For example, they have the Russian language. They have, for example, mathematics in Russian. That's during the Russian language course. This to prepare you for your course at the first year university. There are some universities. There are some universities. They have the Russian language. They have uh, they have maybe mathematics as another subject. They have physics and maybe chemistry. Maybe 4 subjects in total or 3 subjects in total. And you need to pass all the three for you to have what we call the diploma, for them to give you the diploma that yes, you have passed the Russian language course. I hope you understand. You need to pass all those 3 subjects. If you pass two and you fail one, they will not give you that diploma that shows that you passed the Russian language course. That means you have failed. And there are some universities where there is only the Russian language, the Russian language. Only you learn only the Russian language. You don't learn mathematics in Russian and all of that stuff. I hope you understand. They win. So, uh, as I was saying, for you to pass, you need to pass all the subjects. Now, when you pass all those subjects, you get what you call the diploma, a certificate that shows that you passed the Russian language course. Now, if you don't pass, usually they give you what we call in Russian spravka. Spravka is like, how can I say, a receipt that shows that you did the Russian language. You understand? This receipt shows that you did the Russian language course. Not that you passed, but you did the Russian language course. That's what that receipt means when you fail. Some universities give you that receipt. Now, there are some universities that they don't renew your visa with that receipt. Meaning, if you fail, they will not be able to renew your visa. They will say, no, we don't want students that fail. They will tell you to go elsewhere, to go elsewhere. And there are some universities where even if you fail, they have the possibility to renew your visa. They say yes, no problem. They will allow you to go to first year university. So these are some little nuance that most agencies don't know. They just send students anyhow, because depending on the goal of this person, you need to send him to his university accordingly. Someone who came, for example, to find himself, it will not be in his interest, in his best interest, to send him to a university where it is too much strict, where there are a lot of subjects, maybe Russian language, math, physics, a lot of different subjects, because it's not good for him that came here to find himself. He didn't came here to study. He came here to look for money. He came here to look for money. So if someone comes to look for comes here for money, it's better to send him to a university where it's not too strict. It is normal. And if someone comes to study, then you can send him to a normal university where he will study really. So that's it. Now, as I was mentioning, when you pass all the subjects, they give you that certificate. And when you fail maybe one subject, you get what you call a spravka. And as I said, there are some universities that they will reject you. Meaning, if you fail, they will reject you uh, with that spravka. They can't. that receipt, that spravka, they will reject you. They will say, we don't want this student with receipt. We want student that pass the Russian language course. And there are some universities that can accept you with that, that will renew your visa with that certificate, with that spravka. So it will be very important for you to know in which university you are going, because if you don't succeed and the university maybe says no, we will not renew your visa, then you are on a your visa will expire and you will be on a territory without document. And that's one of the reasons that most people also get in Russia without documents. As I mentioned in one of my videos, most people get without documents because of the university they choose. They choose their own university depending on their goal. So that's it concerning this Russian language course. And very important to note here that there are also some universities where they take your passport when you fail. They take your passport. They say that you buy the ticket to get back to your country before they give you your passport. They want to see the ticket. So they are very strict university here that when you fail, they will take your passport and oblige you to pay the ticket. If you don't pay the ticket, they will not give you back your passport. They are very strict universities, so you need to be very careful with the university you are choosing. Because if, for example, you fail, they give you that spravka, you can at least find another university that can renew your visa. But when the university hold your passport and say, buy the ticket before we give you back your passport, then that's over for you. That's over for you. That's over. So it's very important to choose a university depending on your case, depending on your goals in Russia. So that's what I wanted to mention in this video. Why some people get without documents? Why some people get dismissed after the language course? Because they fail, not because, for example, they are not good in Russian, but because they fail maybe one subject, and the university said, no, we don't want you anymore. We don't want you anymore. I think that's all. Now you know why some students get dismissed from universities after the first year. So see you next. Ciao, ciao.